businessmen or rich men, they make their big house beautiful because our new campus, our neighborhood is Air Force.
If a student is overburdened by a lot of stress and exams, they're not necessarily going to improve.
Next one, principles of beauty. In this topic, from junior high school, our students take picture from our campus, and senior high students also use photographs. Then they can map the principles of beauty to Bora tile. Because Taiwanese Laura tile culture is an important culture in our tradition. Businessmen or rich men, they make their big house beautiful because they work hard for money. So the Laura tile is an important culture in our in Taiwan. And next one, sugarcane culture in Pingtung. We make hand-made paper by sugar cane. Then we make the sugarcane paper to postcard, exchange it to our sister school in Japan. Then we get our back letter, like for example, Happy New Year. Hello, my name is Rena. I'm the Kikuzato High School students in Japan. Every student get one letter, one go to Japan, then one back to Taiwan. And the final part, Air Force Imagery. Then that is the only one we really make it come true because this idea is from our architecture. 我们的建筑师 and they choose Air Force because our new campus, our neighborhood is Air Force. And
right.
even our land is from Air Force. So the Air Force 6 wing is right next to our new school building. Let's get to know our neighbor through these Greek painting projects. It's our map. It's our campus map. And our students can painting or drawing their ideas from this force or shell. And I feel it's interesting because the boy say learning is the role for students. Can you get it? I like this idea because learning is actually you put a lot of force and effort. And this boy said nature, nation, school, and present press to go straight. And I think it's interesting because my students they involve it, and we can see the idea, not just a useful pen, useful work. And I think Pingtung Station is a important station because every people they want to go to other place, they have to go through the two areas, the two walls. And I'm so glad to have mine together.
Wow, me too. Yeah, this is a really great introduction to your art class. Thank you so much. You guys really introduced your students' art really well. And I guess you guys must be really proud of your NEHS and Datong high school students. And they're in grade 10, so it's like their first year of high school. But they can do something like this. That's really amazing. That's really cool. And, students around the world, including Taiwan, they seem like really overburdened by a lot of exams and studying. So I hope that through this kind of art, they can experience like happiness and maybe relieve some of their stress. Do you think that happens in your art class?
Sure, because the class all the day almost for the subject, but the art they can use their creative and maybe if or relax, they can relax their stress to use the color on the paper to represent their emotional like color,
Okay, yeah, for sure.
Yes, I think they can release their deeply press from the art class. Yes, because it's just only 2 hours. They can take rest in the classroom, eating whole day maybe. Yes, I hope the art class can take them feel better and feel relaxed and thinking about the emotional and the color theming.
I really agree because a few years ago I saw a movie called Where to Invade Next. It's an American documentary by a guy named Michael Moore. And when he went to Finland, he investigated the education system of Finland. And he even asked the math teacher, he said, "What's your priority in your class?" He said, "The happiness of my students." And I guess it was around the 1970s or so. American and Finnish education was ranked very low, but an American education is still at the same level. But Finland tried something very different. They got rid of homework. They reduced the amount of hours children go to school. They said, we need to help them relax their mind. And then it's almost like a muscle. If you exercise your arms, for example, every day, they're just going to get tighter and tighter and stressed out, and they're not going to get bigger. They're not going to look better. But if you relax, your arms and maybe only exercise your arms like once a week, and then next week you exercise your arms again, and then your arms will get nicer and bigger and better looking. It's the same with your brain, right? If a student is overburdened by a lot of stress and exams, they're not necessarily going to improve. So that's something like Finland did. So I think, through art class, perhaps you guys must have like a very different mentality rather than just cram and study and take an exam over and over and over again. I think art is one of the few subjects that students can really express themselves. So I'm really happy to meet you guys because I think your educational philosophy must be very different compared to the regular teacher. So I think it's something you guys should be very proud of because you're thinking outside the box, right? Like any artist, of course, around the world, your way of thinking is always really different, but you're doing it through education. So that's really cool. Thank you.
Thank you, Mai.
So hi, I've interviewed these 3 guys and they introduced their art. So my name is Dr. Taika. I'm also known as Michael Lesser. That's Lesser. L is in like, S is in subscribe, S is in share. Hit the notification bell, like, share, and comment. I'll see you in my next video. Zaigen.